Good afternoon, YouTube viewers and subscribers. I've got two very special engines on the table today. They just arrived in the mail, and before I even talk about them, some of you probably already guessed what they are. I'm going to tell you the backstory to these and what I know about them. So a subscriber and frequent commenter on my channel and my videos contacted me the other day and basically was just asking if I had a particular four-stroke engine he was looking for, and he was wanting to know if I wanted to do a trade. So we exchanged some emails, some pictures, and the bottom line is I traded a four-stroke engine for these two pieces of history, really. The first one is a K&B Allyn Sky Fury 15 twin glow engine. Now this, let me put this one over here for a moment. I'm not sure if this matte is conducive to this. I almost think I need a white one now. This engine dates back to about 1955. Now, from what I understand about this particular engine, let me turn it this way because I shoot my videos upside down, is that from what I understand from email correspondence is that this engine was purchased new in box back in the mid-50s by the fellow that I got this from. He couldn't really remember if it had been run before or not. I didn't get anything besides the engine and the stock factory mount that goes on this, which kind of does one of these type of numbers. Like I said, 1955 or so is the first review I found on this engine, and I'm really hoping that I can get it to run. Now, to me, it looks like it has been run before, and it almost kind of looks like it had been disassembled because one of these screw heads is kind of boogered up. Actually, a couple of them kind of look like they've been tweaked a little bit. When I first got this today, I brought it with me to work because the mail came early, and brought it to work after lunch. I put it under the microscope. It was pretty stiff. Now, one of the heads was, glow heads was loose, and they're both loose now. So I took the rear glow head off, and they did have gaskets in here. Now, the gasket on this head was really expanded and nasty looking, so I actually just dug it out. It was destroyed. I dug it out and tried to clean this up the best I could with some bristle brush, soft bristle brush, and some alcohol. The front cylinder, the gasket was in place or intact, didn't look too bad, but I took it out and I actually left it at work. I'm going to try to see if it'll run without these gaskets, but if you look at this thing, let's look at it from this angle, you'll see that this is an opposed firing. Anyway, it's cleaned up now to a degree, and it rotates freely, and these pistons look pretty shiny. So it's an opposed, or not opposed, what am I trying to say here? Opposed firing twin. One fires, then the other fires. The concern I have about trying to run this engine is I don't know if a Cox glow head can fit this, and I'm not sure if these things will still ignite, because these are actually very specific heads for this. So we're going to see. We're going to give it a shot. I got to try and figure out how I'm going to mount this thing, and at some point I'm going to try and see if I can fire this baby up, maybe this weekend sometime. I don't know. It could take me a while to figure out if I can actually put this thing on there and put it in my normal stand, because this thing is so thin I'd have to stack a whole bunch of nickels or something there to hold it in place. We'll see. The second engine that I got is, from what I've gathered, is extremely rare and and hard to find any information on, and it's called a Fox 59 Longshaft is how it was referred to. Now, the original design of this engine was designed in 1947, and that was before glow plugs came out. So the original iteration of this engine was actually an ignition engine with a spark plug, and it had points back here. This is the glow version. Now, this one I think was made probably between 1951 and 1954, I believe, from what I can find, and there's very little information to find out on this engine. It turns over freely. It has the stock needle valve, which apparently many don't. It's got considerable patina from age. I can't smell or tell that it has been run, but maybe it has. Anyway, we're going to see if this thing can run, and I'll post some links, the links to whatever information I found about these two engines on this video. I'm hoping that I can at least get this thing to run. It would be extremely interesting. I want to get them both running. So that's the goal. The goal is to run both of these engines, and obviously I'll probably be keeping these because I think they're somewhat rare and hard to find. But anyway, that's, I don't know how long this video is, but that's this quick look video at these. Now, one thing that's kind of interesting, I was reading about this. If you look, this thing has seven screws in the head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And there was one of the two things I found on this engine. It explained a little bit about that. So, like I said, there's not a whole hell of a lot of information out there on this particular engine. So if anybody knows more information on it, feel free to post some comments in there. I'm looking to see if there's any kind of a serial number or anything on this, and I am not seeing a serial number at all on this engine. And I'm not going to be taking these engines apart at all. I mean, I would love to clean this one up a little bit, but quite honestly, I'm kind of afraid to. I may just try and do it with a toothbrush, and LA's Totally Awesome cleaner, but I really don't want to disassemble either one of these engines. But that is the quick look video for today on these two very rare and classic engines.